Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about how you can build three standard DAX calculations in Power BI, which is YTD, MTD and QTD. So we are going to understand these three calculations with the help of a measure cells, and this kind of questions can be asked in Power BI interviews and data analyst interviews as well, and you can also use this kind of calculations in your daily Power BI task. So mastering these three calculations can really set you apart, and in very simple language I'm going to talk about this particular topic. So please be with me till the end of this video and you will have a lot to learn. So let us get started. Before that, let me tell you about the data that I am using. So here at the right side, you can see I am having one measure table in which there is a measure called sales, sum of sales amount column, simple. And then the date table, I am having some standard date related columns in my date table. And then I am also having sales table in which the sales data is stored, and the relationship between sales and date table is one to many, which is built upon the order date column from the sales table and date column from the date table. So first we are going to look at YTD sales. Okay, so here I have written that this is the total sales from the start of the year up to the today. It helps you to see how business has performed compared to previous year or against annual targets. So YTD sales is the cumulative sales basically, but here the time period that it considers is from the start of the current year, right? So my current year is 2025 and today's date is 2nd August 2025. So the sales from 1st January 2025 up to today, which is 2 August 2025, this cumulative sales is the sales till today. So we call it year to date sales, right? Then month to date sales. So this is all about what happened this month. Sales from the first day of the current month up to now. Okay, so current month is August, right? So here we will just consider 2 days because my today's date is 2nd August 2025, right? And the starting of current month is 1st August 2025. So if I just sum up like the 2 days, the sales of the 2 days, then it give me the month to date sales. Then we have the quarter to date sales. So here we are looking at the sales from the beginning of the current quarter through today. So beginning of the current quarter is what? So we are currently in the third quarter of the year, right? Jan, Feb, March, this is first quarter. Then April, May, June, this is second quarter. And then July, August and September. These 3 months consist of the third quarter, right? So the starting of quarter is 1st of July, third quarter which is, and up to today, which is 2nd of August. So from 1st of July to 2nd of August, this would give me the quarter to date sales, right? I hope this is clear. Let us see how we can build the YTD calculation. So here what I have done, I have picked the matrix visual, and from date table I have picked year, quarter and month in the rows section, and in values I'm having the sales measure. Okay, so I'm gonna go here at the measure table and I will create a new measure. So here we will calculate sales YTD. So for that, here like we have to modify the current filter context, right? We don't need the current context. Current context is what? Here you can see this particular value, which is 29,39,691. It is respecting the current quarter, right? Current context, and current context is what? 2018 year, third quarter, July month and the respective value. So this is the current quarter. But here we have to, what we want that against July, we want the sales from the 1st of January to 31st of July, right? So here we have to modify the filter context. So that's why I will use calculate. I would say calculate sales, and here we can use the time intelligence function, which is dates YTD, because here we have to calculate year to date sales, right? So we will use dates YTD. The first parameter it is asking for the dates, so I would give date table date column, and the second parameter is optional, year and date. So if you give nothing, so it always considers the year end date to the standard calendar year, which is 31st of December, right? You can close the dates YTD function and you can close the calculate function. I would hit enter. I would change the formatting of the measure to currency and 0 decimal places. Okay, I would drag this particular measure into my matrix visual. Okay, so here you can see that suppose my current month is April, or let's say current month is August, right? So here the current month sales is 3964801, right? But you can see this particular value, which is the sum of all the previous, like the cumulative sum of starting from the starting of January up to today. This also gets adds up in this particular value, and this is giving me the this particular value, right? So this is what the year to date sales is. So uh, what I can say, it's nothing but a cumulative sum. If I show you more specifically, let me tell you. Okay, so this is the sales, and then this value plus this value. So this value gets adds up in this particular value, then it gives me this value. Similarly, this value will add up to this value and it would give me this particular value. So this is how the calculations is getting performed. Okay, now I would tell you how the formula is getting calculated at the back end. So if I open the measure and let's pick up any row, I would again highlight this whole section and let's take up this particular row, right? Just wanted to get you understand that how this particular measure is getting calculated. So here I am saying calculate the sales, but in the modified filter context, and the filter context is given by this particular function, which is dates YTD. So what dates YTD does, from the starting of current year up to the today, or I can say up to the current date, it gives whole the rows, right? So here if I talk about this particular value, which is 6769488, right? So how this is being getting calculated, here the calculate is passing that the current month is March. So I would write here the current, let's say current date is 31st March, right? So I would write here, okay, and then it picked up that the current date is 31st of March. So and 2019 also, right? It also consider the year as well. Okay, so from up to this date, from the starting of year, so starting of year would be 1st Jan 2019. So it passes the dates between 1st Jan 2019 to 31st Jan 2019 to the calculate function, and then calculates the sales for this date range only, and this is how we get the YTD sales. I hope this is clear, right? I would hit cancel. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you how you can calculate the month to date sales. One more thing, here you can see that in December my year to date sales was this value 305,16892, but when the new year started 2019, right? So the dates gets reset, right? Because I'm having the for January the same value, and then it rolls up all the month sales to the current row. Now I'm going to talk about month to date sales. So from here I would include the date column, and I would just need date. Okay, so these are my date, and let us remove sales YTD from here. So this is the template. So you just need to copy this, Control C, and new measure, Control V, sales MTD. And here you need to use not dates YTD but dates MTD function. That's it. It will give you the current month to date sales, right? So I'm gonna drag this. Maybe I need to change the formatting to the currency and 0 decimal places. Okay, so you can see that let's suppose current month is January, so it is rolling up all the values, right? 18590, 18590, then it adds up this particular value to this value, it gives me this value. So it is the cumulative sales from the starting of month. And when I'm in the February, it resets because in February new month has started. That's why I'm getting the same value in both columns, which is 94907, 94907. Then it again started rolling up the values for the month of February. So that's how we calculate month to date sales. I would remove this date field, and let's talk about the quarter to date sales. So again, just copy the measure, Control C and Control V. So here we say this measure as sales QTD, and instead of dates MTD, you can make use of dates QTD. As simple as that. Change it to currency and 0 decimal places. Okay, let me remove the MTD function and I would drop here QTD measure. Okay, so for QTD you see that it resets. It is my first quarter and it is rolling up the values, right? And let me highlight it for you. Okay, so maybe, yeah, this is my first quarter, and I can say my quarter to date sales, if I am in the month of March, is 5965011 because it is rolling up the value from the starting of the quarter, which is 1st of Jan. And when I am in the second quarter, right, it resets the value 1519275 because the second quarter has started. So it is taking into consideration the start date 1st of April up to the current date. Similarly, here in the June, it resets because the third quarter has started. So just there is a difference of the time period, and you can calculate this all three calculations in a very simple manner. And make sure that you have the date table set up in your data model, because in time intelligence function we require a continuous set of dates, and we get continuous set of dates in our date table. In sales table, why we not use the date column, which is order date, from the sales table? Because it may miss some dates, right? Because in business it also happens that on particular date we do not record any kind of sales, so that record is missing, so we do not have the continuous set of dates. That's why I always prefer that use date table in your data model. And whole time intelligence functions, you can pass the date tables date column into that, and then your a lot of calculations will become much easier. Yes guys, so that's all about this particular video, and do check out more videos on my YouTube channel. You will get a variety of videos on tax topic, tax scenario based questions and all, so please check it out from my channel. And yes, that's all about this particular video. I will see you next video. Thank you.